Are you ready to hoist the colors? Now, time for the most in-depth look at the world of ECU athletics. Welcome in to Hoist the Colors with your host, Stephen Igo on 94.3 The Game. Watch the show live on Facebook and at 943thegame.com. Now, here's your host, Stephen Igo.
All right, welcome in to Hoist the Colors, Tuesday, January 16th edition of the program. Really excited about today's show. We're going to continue our chats with ECU student athletes. Of course, last week we had Savone Revel on, ECU cornerback through Team Boneyard. Yesterday we had Carter Cunningham and Treya Savage from ECU baseball on through Team Boneyard. Today we will visit with Deontay Johnson, ECU defensive tackle, senior defensive tackle. He'll join us here shortly. He's making his way over from campus, and we will have him on the program for a couple of segments. All right, Philip Pilkington is producing today. As always, we are live on YouTube, live on Facebook. If you've got a question for us, drop it there. We'll get to it throughout the next hour. Philip, we've got some big baseball news to start with. I guess big in the sense that it's preseason and we don't really have anything to talk about, so we consider preseason rankings big. And I'll be honest, number 11 for East Carolina, according to the D1 baseball poll, and I should preface this by saying there are 1 million top 25 polls in college baseball, and the one that I will reference the most is D1 baseball because there's no official poll, but I respect their writers the most. We will also reference Baseball America, and there's other out there. There are others out there as well, but D1 baseball I feel like is typically the best. They have the strongest pulse. Do I disagree with some of the stuff they write and say? Yes, but I feel like they do a fair job for the most part. So they have ECU at number 11, coming off a 47-19 season. I have to be honest, Philip, this is a little higher than I thought East Carolina would be. I was expecting in the 15 to 20 range, and the Pirates in at number 11, just outside the top 10. So a lot of love from D1 baseball for the Pirates.
Yeah, and, I agree with you there, Stephen. I thought they were going to be lower, and it's not from a lack of ceiling that I think that this team has. It's a lack of, consistency and guys returning from a year ago. You lose AMAC. They're still not 100% sure. We believe Dixon Williams will step into that spot at third, but the rotation, we know who the top two guys are, and we might get into that here in a second as to that might be the reason they are as high as they are. But there's just some uncertainty going into the season, and I think that uncertainty was going to hurt the Pirates in this ranking. I was thinking they would be closer to like a 15 where North Carolina came in, and maybe North Carolina would be up closer to 13. But, hey, if they respect us this much, I do believe the Pirates' ceiling is very high this year, so I can definitely see it. But, yeah, just the uncertainty this early in the season I thought would have brought them down, kind of like you said, that back half of the top 20.
Couple news and notes. Wake Forest, last year's national runner-up. They are preseason number 1. 54 wins a year ago. Florida is 2. Arkansas 3. LSU 4. TCU 5. That rounds out the top 5. Duke at number 12, just behind ECU. NC State at number 13, also behind ECU. Virginia, which defeated ECU in last year's Charlottesville Regional and went on to win the Super Regional over Duke and make Omaha. They are number 14. They had some significant losses from their lineup, but should be very talented once again. North Carolina, number 15. Of course, ECU will play UNC the second weekend of the season in that traveling series, Chapel Hill, Fayetteville, and then Greenville for the final game. So that'll be a big weekend series to start off with after the Pirates host Ryder. ECU will play Duke once. They will play a home-and-home with NC State. Coastal Carolina also in at number 18. Northeastern from the CAA in at number 23. So, Philip, looks like another strong season in the Carolinas for baseball. You kind of mentioned it earlier, but really ECU, Duke, NC State, UNC, 4 teams separated by 5 spots in the top 25. So I think we'll have some regional hosts kind of battling, potentially throughout the season if these teams live up to their expectations.
Yeah, and you wonder how much will the committee take those midweek results into who gets to host, because to your point, they will only allow so many teams. They don't like to come out and truly admit that they say they give the best 16, but they the way the regions work, they don't want to have too many teams from one specific area of the country to host for travel reasons. So if a team like Northeastern is the 18th best team, but they're the only team in the Northeast, they could slide in and then bump one of these North Carolina teams out of one of those spots. So I don't know how much they're going to take those midweek games into consideration when we play Duke, NC State, and North Carolina. But to your point, there are going to be a lot of teams right there on the cusp. Of course, if you're the number 7 team in the country, you're not going to get booted. But if you're the number 16 team, does that cause you to just fall out because of the fact that the number 15 team is only 80 miles down the road? So it's going to be really interesting to see what the committee does. Obviously, the committee doesn't decide it. The players do throughout the season. It's a long baseball season. They're going to play over 40 games, but it's going to be really interesting to see how this all plays out. When, to your point, there's so many teams right there on the cusp, right there around that 16 number, that all reside in 2 states. When you look at, 3 states, if you look at Virginia, Coastal Carolina, and then the teams here in North Carolina.
No doubt. Clemson as well at number 10. So it's a crazy, this is just college baseball in the Carolinas and in the in this mid-Atlantic, southeast region. It is great baseball year in and year out. I think a lot of this, I got some text on, why is ECU so high in the rankings? And I feel like a lot of this is due to, not only the returning names we know, like Jacob Starling, Carter Cunningham, Justin Wilcoxon, but I feel like there's not too many teams in the country that have the potential 1-2 punch of Trey Savage and Zach Root. We're talking about 2 guys who could, again, potentially be first-round picks if they live up to their expectations, stay healthy. Savage is in a draft year. Zach Root will be in a draft year next year. There's not too many left-handers in the country throwing 92 to 96. With his off-speed, Savage, we saw what he could do last year in his first year as a starter. And if you have those 2 guys healthy, leading your rotation all year, you're going to be the favorite pretty much every weekend series. And I think if you win every weekend series, clearly you're going to be in great shape. So I think a lot of this is due to that potential 1-2 punch, Phillip, and we'll see how it plays out. They got to go out there and perform on game days. Zach Root has to take that next step from the offseason to the season, but a lot of potential with that group and what can potentially lead the way there.
They could. And, to your point with that 1-2 punch, D1 baseball has always been biased to that 1-2 punch. We saw it with Vanderbilt a few years ago, and they came in as the number 1 team in the country because they had 2 ace pitchers. Even though maybe their roster 1 to 27 was not, or 1 to 26, whatever it is, was not maybe the best in the country. But to your point, it's whoever has the most potential to win the most weekend series. And at the end of the day, would you love to sweep every opponent? Of course. But if you can go out there and go 2-3 every single weekend, you're going to be a good baseball team. And to your point here with these 2 pitchers, there are very few 1-2 punches like them in the country. And when you look at, I know they don't do preseason rankings based off opponents, but the Pirates are going to be favored to win every weekend series other than maybe the North Carolina series, but still probably that one as well because of those 2 guys. And, other than quarterback, there is no position like pitcher in sports that can affect a game. A pitcher can go out there and single-handedly win you a game if you win the game 1-0 because you're probably going to manufacture at least 1 run. And if he can go out there and throw 9 shutout innings, not saying that Zach or Trey Savage can do that every time out, but the ability to do that and the fact that Root and Savage will probably, hopefully, between the 2 of them play 50% of your games this year because you only play 4 games in a week, and they start 2 of the games. That gives you a big opportunity, and then obviously the midweek just kind of takes care of itself.
No doubt. ECU will open its season February 16th against Ryder, which, by the way, was in the Durham Regional last year, and very capable teams. That'll be a big weekend series. February 16th, Friday. We are a month out exactly from ECU baseball. Hard to believe. All right, again, we'll be joined by Deontay Johnson here shortly. Phillip Pilkington producing today's show. Phillip, did you have a chance to watch the NFL playoffs yesterday? And quite honestly, it was kind of a disappointing weekend from a result standpoint and competitiveness standpoint. I did enjoy seeing the Dallas Cowboys get smoked. But outside of that, and really outside of the Lions game against the Rams, just was not a very compelling weekend of wild card action.
No, it wasn't. The Cleveland-Houston game, had the potential, I think, early, and then a couple big plays happened that got Houston ahead. Cleveland kind of tried to play from behind, had a couple pick sixes, so at least that one was close early. Pittsburgh had that late rally. But yeah, unfortunately, it just seemed like it was pretty clear from the opening kick in most of the games, with the exception of, like you said, that Rams-Lions game, as to who the favorite was going to be. The teams that were down never really seemed to make adjustments. Yes, I'm kind of signaling the Philadelphia Eagles out with that comment and their lack of adjustments against that zero blitz that they faced last night and never working the ball to the middle of the field. But it was definitely a disappointing wild card weekend, and hopefully we got all the crap games out of the way. There are 7 more NFL games this season, and some of the matchups this weekend look like they could be some of the same, unfortunately, but there's still some intriguing matchups. We'll get into more of that on Friday. But overall, yeah, definitely a disappointing wild card weekend, and kind of weird to say the college football playoff was more entertaining than wild card weekend, but it was.
No doubt. I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited, Philip, about the AFC playoffs. Like Texans-Ravens, I know the Ravens will be the favorite, but Stroud, Lamar Jackson, I mean, that's going to be an awesome game. And then, Bills-Chiefs, this time in Buffalo instead of Kansas City. I'm ready to see Patrick Mahomes on the road in the playoffs. So, like, AFC, I'm pretty jacked about. NFC, I honestly think it's just going to end up being Niners-Lions, which will be a great NFC championship game if that occurs. But I can't see the Bucs winning on the road. As much as I love Baker and as good as they played last night, the Eagles are frauds. And then the Packers, I mean, do we really expect the Packers to go to San Francisco and win? So I feel like the NFC is almost a foregone conclusion, whereas the AFC, I think any scenario is possible the way Stroud's playing, and obviously Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, the only nod I would maybe give in the NFC is, could Todd Bowles really cook up something for that Lions offense? If he does, they could maybe keep it close, but I do agree with you. The AFC does look a little more intriguing to watch than the NFC. But to your point, everybody I was with was like pulling for the Dolphins the other day. I'm like, no, I want to see the Chiefs win this game because I want to see Patrick Mahomes have to go to Buffalo. He's never played a road playoff game. He's played 3 neutral site games. One of those was a Super Bowl in Tampa against Tampa. There's only 25,000 people there because it was the COVID season, so I would love to see him on the road. Josh Allen, 3-1 all-time against Patty in the regular season. Patty's never lost to Josh in the playoffs, but he's never had to go to Orchard Park in January. It's going to be cold. Of course, it gets cold in Kansas City too, but those fans, it's a different environment. I am so intrigued for 6:40 on Sunday afternoon.
Hey, you got the start time locked in, so you definitely are ready to go. So we'll look forward to that again. We'll have Joe Sampson on Friday's show, and we'll make our picks. By the way, I gained a game on Phillip in our standings. I'm 2 games back with 7 playoff games to go, so I have a chance to catch Phillip for our season picks lead. We'll update you on that on Friday's show. All right, let's get a break in. We'll be joined by Deontay Johnson, ECU senior defensive lineman. On the other side, this is Hoist the Colors on a Tuesday.
It's Greenville Toyota's Winter Wrap-Up Event. Wrap up a great deal on over 100 pre-owned vehicles, starting under $15,000. We have all makes and models, including luxury. Plus, wrap up a huge warranty and no-charge maintenance. Hurry into Greenville Toyota.
Other restaurants claim their food is fresh and fast, but are they friendly? At Moore's, you're treated like family the minute you walk into their doors. With locations in Winterville, New Bern, Swansboro, Morehead City, and Jacksonville. We've been practicing what we preach since 1945. At Moore's, our barbecue is slow cooked and smoked over real wood daily until it's so tender it's falling off the bone. Combined with our fresh chicken, cooked-to-order seafood, and homemade fixins, we're sure you'll agree. If it's not Moore's, it's less.
Acre Station Meat Farm, along with Lane Angus Beef, bring you Farm to Fork Beef.
Stock your freezers now with affordable beef boxes, just in time for the grilling season.
Farm to Fork Beef brings quality local beef to your family. From your traditional butcher shop, Acre Station Meat Farm. Come on down to Acre Station Meat Farm and find out why we're #1 in fresh cuts and friendly service.
Acre Station Meat Farm, Highway 32 North, Pinetown.
You know what the problem is with standard belts? Usually you have to choose between too tight or the opposite, too loose. But with Anson Belt and Buckle, you don't have to choose. We got rid of the holes and instead have a track system designed for micro adjustability. That way you can enjoy a perfect fit every time. Anson Belt and Buckle. Find your perfect fit today.
Hey, grab me one too.
When a place is as special as this, you don't want to change a thing. You simply want to enjoy it, just as it is. That was our inspiration behind Bow Coast West, our newest community in Beaufort, North Carolina. Embrace all that we love about this very special place and make it easy for families to enjoy all that this coastal lifestyle has to offer. Be inspired. Bow Coast West.
It's Greenville Toyota's winter wrap-up event. We're wrapping up the year with our biggest savings. Shop new Camrys and RAV4s, $289 a month. Need credit? Get pre-qualified today. Wrap up a great deal with payments from $289 at Greenville Toyota.
Everything you need to know in the world of ECU athletics. This is Hoist the Colors with Stephen Igo on 94.3 The Game.
All right, welcome back into Hoist the Colors on this Tuesday, January 16th edition of the program. Very excited about today's guest. He is Deontay Johnson. Love watching him play on the field for the Pirates, and also like talking to him because he got a great personality. How's it going, Deontay?
Good, man. Blessed to be here. See another day, man.
No doubt. Well, Deontay, part of our partnership with Team Boneyard, highlighting many of the student athletes over at East Carolina. We had so we had Savone Rebel. Apparently that's his name. When did y'all find out his name?
I didn't
is Savone?
find out till the interview.
Really? So what's up with that, man? I'm still calling him Siobhan.
I was about to say I'm gonna have a problem. Like I'm gonna struggle saying Savone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say Siobhan. He gonna know what I'm talking about.
I know. He said he was trying to keep it a secret or something.
That would have been a tough fun fact though.
Yeah,
like,
no doubt.
I've been misnamed my whole college career.
Right, because like obviously, so yours is Deontay.
Yeah.
How many people pronounce it like Deonta or mess it up?
Deonta. They call me Dante. Donta. Like.
Right, so you're used to it as well. My last name, Igo, gets jacked up all the time, so at least we can relate to that. Well, how's the off season going, man? How's it going this far?
Yesterday we had a little measurements and stuff. At the end of the day was our first workout. And then we got a lot of new guys and stuff, so it was a bunch of like teach stuff. But I feel like it's ready to be great. A lot of the new guys, they ready to work. Mm-hmm. That's what I love about it.
So when a new guy, we talked about this a little bit with Savone as well, but when a new guy comes in and like they just come in with their head down working, like that kind of, that's probably the best way they can earn kind of the respect of their teammates, right?
Yeah, but I like to bring the personality out of people, you feel me? So I just like to I feel you here to work, but you feel me? You ain't got to be all uptight.
Right.
We normal people just like you, dog.
No doubt. Well, so like, is today like the official day one of what, winter workouts? Like, what is the official term of it? Is that?
Yes, that's it. Exactly.
So take us through a general. Is this like a daily thing, or y'all getting up at like 5 a.m.? Like what time?
Yeah, I got up at 5 this morning.
Okay.
Workout, class. Then I came here.
Right. So what do you do anything on the back end of the day too, as far as working out, or do you have like player led workouts or anything like that this time of year?
Not right now. Now we just like a bunch of new guys. We just bringing everybody in together in the evenings and stuff to try to get them to understand like what's about to go on, like the playbook, schemes, and all that. Like they're not familiar with it.
Right.
And then for the older guys, just to remind them, keep us sharp.
No doubt. Deontay Johnson is with us. All right. So winter workouts going on. What do you like? What lift is your favorite to do in the Murphy Center? Squat, bench, or?
Nah, I hate squats.
Yeah.
My knees ain't no good no more.
I understand that. Yeah. I
definitely,
stopped squatting a while
it's
ago.
bench and clean.
Right.
Definitely.
Clean when y'all do, and just I guess bench or anything when y'all do that, and y'all are in that team environment. Like, how much does it help you when your team is kind of rooting you on and you feel that energy? Like, if I go to the gym, I'm working out by myself.
Yeah,
I get
it's
bored.
different. That's why I love when we get we take breaks and stuff. I love when we come back because it's structured and you got somebody who got the same mindset as you. Know what I mean? But then rather you by yourself, you're like, man.
Do I really want to do this?
Yeah, exactly. But you don't want to let your teammate down.
Right. What's it like working out under Big John? I know he's got a staff as well. Like, how does he keep you guys motivated?
Big John and his staff, they just keep it real with us. And then it's like out of all them, like out of the 5 strength coaches, like you could talk to at least one of them, you know what I mean? So it's just like just having that support and just knowing they want the best for you. I love it.
So it's your 5th year at ECU. Where have you seen the most gains, like in the weight room over that time? Like, can you compare and contrast, like freshman Deontay Johnson versus where you are now?
Oh my God, freshman Deontay, I had shoulder surgery January before I came to school, and then COVID hit, so I was huge. I got up to 318.
Wow,
that was the biggest I ever been in my life. I couldn't move like that though.
So you had to come back and kind of rework it, which is normal for a freshman, not in COVID. So you had to really deal with all that.
Yeah, just transforming my body from what it was to like what I am now. And I still want to lose a stomach a little bit,
right?
But just the transformation of my body, that's what keep me going every time.
We talked to you last year during the season, and it was one of those things where you kind of brought up the point, like you've dealt with injuries every year prior to last year. You know, you were obviously starting in 2022. You got hurt in the state game. You missed a good significant portion of the season. Still played a lot, but last year was like the first year you were fully on the field every game. So what was it like, you know, kind of seeing you reach your potential last year as an individual player and everything?
I really don't think I'm there yet.
Yeah.
You feel me? I've played good, but I definitely left stuff out there. Not like, you feel me? I don't have no regrets.
Right.
But it's stuff I could have did differently, you know what I mean?
What were you happy with your performance?
I was definitely happy to see, like, the keep for my family, you feel me? They come out there, they have something to look at every game, not me sit on the sideline.
Right.
Or I'm hurt, you know what I mean? So just having them there and able to watch me, that's my motivation. That kept me going. And then just knowing how I feel to not have a game, like having to sit back and look. And I ain't never trying to go through that again.
When you look at your background and you know, developing the way you guys as the defensive line, when y'all came in 2020, again, y'all had to deal with COVID. A lot of y'all, though, came in together, had to play under the fire, really like trying to learn on the job. Like, how crazy has it been to kind of see that whole room and yourself develop over that time?
We was just talking, me, Eli, and Sue, was like, bro, we really went from boys to men with each other.
Right.
Like, we really grew up. We learning it, got through in the fire, came out. And now we on the other end of it. So now we just trying to be them bigger role models for the younger guys coming up. Let them know, you feel me, one day there's going to be you.
Right.
You might not be playing a lot right now, but one day you can be exactly where I'm at.
When you look at taking that leadership role, and you were kind of in that role last year too, you know, is it more vocal? Is it more showing by example, or a little bit of both?
I'm really just the type I'm going to work hard. I'm going to just lead by example.
Right.
And then most of the time, like, without me even knowing, that's what really brought people to me, like, having them looking at me as a leader. But I'm the type to just do the right thing, and then hopefully everybody else follow, and then, so that's what I've been doing. I'm sticking with it.
Let's go back to your background. Dinwiddie High School, Dinwiddie, Virginia.
County.
You had a lot of offers coming out of high school. So what led you to East Carolina at that time?
My bond with Coach Houston, and at the moment it was Coach Hanson, was the D-line coach. He retired after I had committed a few weeks. But then just my bond with them, and then I came here on a visit. I told my pops, my best friend, like, I think this the spot. And then it was just like, it's far enough from home so I can focus, and then it's close enough where if my family need to see me or something, or I need to go back home right quick, I can handle whatever.
So y'all made, according to your bio, you helped lead your team to a trio of state playoff appearances. So you played both O-line and D-line for Dinwiddie?
Yeah.
So how did that go? Did you get recruited off for O-line?
A few schools, but
okay.
Asked me what I wanted to play. I'm like,
you were D-line guy. And then you also wrestled. So, all right, 47-1 record in the 285-pound weight class. What was your loss? Do you remember your loss? Does that still stick with you to this day?
Semifinals, the only match. Undefeated all season. 45-0, and then I lost. I was 260 at the time.
Oh, really?
So, and I've always been up in situations, or you feel me, all like throughout the whole season, except for like a few. But this dude was bigger than me. So he was cutting weight to make the weight.
Right.
And then, so I had, it was 1-1 at the end of one of the periods. I got up for the escape. I took a shot. So right now it's 2-1. And then I took a shot because it looked like he was getting up slow, so I tried to catch him as soon as he rose up. He just plopped down on me. And then I was trying to fight it out. I fought for like a whole minute, and then I eventually just lost by points. It ended up being 3-2. The only match I ever lost.
Yeah, 47-1, pretty dang good. So, hey, but they always say, like, the one loss sticks with you more than all the wins.
Definitely.
But obviously a lot of success, too. So was it football and then wrestling, or did you do wrestling and then football?
I'm going to tell you how wrestling came about. So my friend, we played rec league in middle school together, but then he had stopped playing football to wrestle. And I stopped doing everything, just football.
Right.
So then he was like, we was talking one day. I was like, bro, you really need to come back. Like, come back and play football. So he like, man, how about this? If I go out to play football, you got to come out and wrestle after the season. So in my head, like, shoot, I got him. Right. I'm not finna go wrestle. So I was like, shoot, I got him. But luckily he came, and then he ended up being my starting Mike.
Wow. So it worked out pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you would like wrestling or be that good at it? Yeah.
Nah, because I just like being dominant.
Right.
So that was you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, I knew it was going to help me, like, conditioning-wise and, like, just being able to stay light on my feet, keep me on my toes.
I mean, I've covered a few high school wrestling events in my day, locally here in Pitt County, and I mean, it's physical, man. I mean, you got to be tough, obviously.
Definitely.
So like obviously got to be tough to play football, but it feels like those two sports you can have a lot of similarities, or
especially in my position, just knowing like leverage and just aggression.
Right.
Leverage and aggression, I promise you.
And also, like, if you maybe if you get pushed back on the initial push, you kind of know how to fight back.
Yeah, leverage, sit down, reset.
Right. So, all right. So Deontay Johnson, 47-1 as a wrestler, also very successful on the football gridiron. Is there a game from your high school time in football that sticks out the most that you remember or play?
I got my area. I got the sack record. I got 6 sacks in the game.
6 sacks in the game.
Yeah.
Had to be the quarterback had to be pretty sore the next day.
Yeah, that's my boy though.
Oh yeah,
he's still my boy though.
Who are y'all playing?
Petersburg High School.
Okay, good stuff. And Deontay Johnson. All right, so nickname is the Joker?
No, my nickname Big Tay.
Big Tay.
But
somebody calls you Joker.
Everybody just know I love the Joker.
Okay, so you like the Joker from Batman. So nickname Big Tay. What made you like the Joker?
I don't know. I just feel like he misunderstood.
Right.
And then when you get him to that point, he gonna explode.
So nobody
he don't really bother nobody, but when you get him to that point,
he reaches a new level.
Yeah.
So you like what was it, Dark Knight Rises?
I ain't really into all the Batman stuff. I just watched the actual Joker movies. Yeah.
The Joker movie was good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. So would you go see that in theaters or wait for it to come out on DVD? It was probably a few years ago now.
Yeah, it was a few years ago. I think I seen it on, what's the name? It was on one of the streaming apps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can find it all on the streaming apps these days. What do you like to do in your free time, man, when you obviously you are pretty busy, but when you do get some free time, what do you like to do?
Play the game, chill with my boys, play with my dog.
Is it Call of Duty that you are playing, or like Madden?
I'll be on
2K?
2K. And Madden, then I switch it up with Fortnite.
Okay. Who's the best at 2K? Everybody always says themselves, I feel like.
Playing, what's the name? If we playing, I'm saying me and Sue. Me and Sue the best on the team, facts.
Sue Radware?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to have like an actual official team tournament one day, and y'all can settle it.
Me and Sue, we killing anybody.
Deontay Johnson in the studio. Let's get a break in. We'll come back. We'll get to some of our fan questions. We'll also talk about, more about the D-line room and also some of the new additions, some of the guys returning. We'll get into some of that as well here this offseason. This is Hoist the Colors on a Tuesday.
Hi, I'm D.R. Alligood.
And I'm his daughter, Jessica.
For 11 years, we have built quality driveways and parking lots for both your residential and commercial needs. We also offer free on-site quotes to have your custom driveways built the way you want.
252-946-1227.
is about you, your family, and the health of all who live in Eastern North Carolina. This is about the transformation of a health system into something more powerful and more human, about creating new ways to treat disease and keep you well. This is about ECU Health, which is to say, it's really all about you. ECU Health. Minds, hearts, purpose.
Fifth Street Hardware is the home of the $9 lunch special Tuesday through Fridays. $9 specials every day, including the famous Burger Day on Tuesdays, Flatbread Pizza Wednesday, the famous Fifth Street Hardware Reuben on Thursday, and fried fish or shrimp on Friday. Plus trivia on Wednesday nights and live music every Thursday nights. And the Prime Rib Brunch Buffet has returned on Sundays. You heard that right. The Brunch Buffet with all the great items, including prime rib. Fifth Street Hardware in downtown Greenville.
Your confidence makes everything look good. You see the world in vivid color, not black and white. Swing through your neighborhood Fantastic Sam's Cut and Color, and let our experienced stylists take you from everyday to extraordinary.
Fantastic Sam's hair salons are locally owned and operated. Our full-service salons are conveniently located in Goldsboro, Kinston, Greenville, New Bern, Jacksonville, and Calabash. Stop in today at Fantastic Sam's, where the possibilities are endless.
Hi, I'm D.R. Alligood.
And I'm his daughter, Jessica.
For 11 years, we have built quality driveways and parking lots for both your residential and commercial needs. We also offer free on-site quotes to have your custom driveways built the way you want.
252-946-1227.
We're live with Stephen Igo on 94.3 The Game.
Hoist the Johnny Roger!
Now, back to Hoist the Colors.
All right, welcome back into Hoist the Colors here Tuesday, 94.3 The Game. Deontay Johnson in studio, part of our initiative with Team Boneyard. NIL Collective, head to teamboneyard.org. You can contribute. I know these guys are definitely appreciative of that. Just we'll ask you that first. Team Boneyard, what does it mean to you guys to get the support from fans and everything?
It's just like, because NIL wasn't a thing when I first got to school,
Right.
so for them to put a collective together that fast and produce the benefits that it to all the different teams, especially my guys, that mean the world to me.
We had somebody ask here, Wrightsville Pirate wants to know, ask him, and I'm sure it's a popular topic, I mean, anytime money's involved, but he said, ask him how much NIL is talked about amongst other players. So, like, how much are y'all, I don't know, how much locker room banner are y'all just
we
talking
really,
about that?
only reason it's being talked about now is because we just had signed a new contracts and stuff, but other than that, we just hear the ball, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's it's one of those things where it's a factor, but you can't let it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
you can't let that become the main thing.
Right. You're playing football.
Then it's gonna be a bigger problem.
Mm-hmm. And all y'all have goals of making it to the next level as well, which can be a pretty good payout too. So I mean, if you take care of business, that can also be something that is down the line. All right, ECU Pirates backwards. He wants to know which offensive lineman on ECU is the toughest to go up against for you.
I had to say Dustin Hall.
Dustin Hall.
Because he's smart and he bring it.
He seems like he's got a little bit of attitude to him on the field.
He a dog. I love going against Dustin now because I know it's going to be good work and I know he ain't going to be soft, you know what I mean?
Right. What is, when you're going up and he's played center and guard.
Yeah.
For you, do you like playing more nose tackle or like, shade or off, in between the guard?
It really depends on what we going against.
Right.
But if we got teams who will try to run, like, just downhill run, please put me in those.
Right.
Because I'm going on the center.
You're just hitting that center every snap. But I love y'all's scheme because of all the
movements and stuff.
And you can line up anywhere.
You could bang, you could hit, bang, bang, bang.
Right.
And next thing you know, I'm moving around you, then it's over with.
That's I love, what Coach Tesh, what Coach Harrell does. And I tell you what, Coach Tesh, man, I said it with Coach Houston a few weeks ago. He doesn't get enough love.
No,
I feel like he is.
He don't.
He's he does some crazy things on the practice field. I've seen him like get up and do up downs in the middle of practice.
Yeah.
What's it like playing for that guy?
Well, he gonna bring that energy, like you just said. He gonna bring that energy, and he don't try to, you feel me, how could I say it? Overpower his role, you know what I mean?
Right, like overdo it almost.
Yeah, because like when we was younger guys, I didn't understand at the moment, like why he was like he would do the stuff he do to us. But now I look back like, dang, we needed that. Now he can talk to us like grown men, cause that's how we carry ourselves.
Right.
But when you're younger, you don't see that. But like you said, he don't get enough.
You can see that development of the room. I think it speaks for itself what he's done with you guys. I mean, he's, again, great coach and does a lot on special teams too that a lot of people don't recognize. All right, OI Pirate, he says, what does Deontay think about our defense holding national champion Michigan to their lowest rushing total this year? I didn't even know that. He says, was that our game plan, stop the run at all costs? And we'll start there. He's got another question about, was there a safety? Did the Michigan player put his knee down in the end zone? All right, so let's start with holding Michigan to their lowest run total of the year. That's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, but every game, that wasn't like every game plan for every game is to stop the run.
You got to stop the run.
Like, you can't stop the run, you can't win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We just seen that in the Natty.
I mean, if teams can run the ball, they can pass it whenever they want to, too.
Yeah.
And it goes hand in hand. What was it like playing in the big house, though? I mean, like, you know.
It was pretty cool. It was a good experience. But it was just like, I know if Dowdy had 100,000 people, it's going to be rowdy every second the game going. But it was just like the crowd. I'm the type of guy to feed off the crowd.
Right.
And it was like the crowd just up and down as the team was going up and down.
It didn't seem, and we were in the press box, it didn't seem like it was like overly loud.
No, it wasn't.
For 100,000 people. It was kind of weird.
It was like a touchdown or something.
Right. Like something had to happen. And he wants to know, do you feel like it was a safety? What was that, the initial stop of the game? Y'all had him 3 and out. It looked like it was close. Do you remember that?
I definitely felt like we did.
It was a safety.
We deserved that safety.
It was a safety. J.J. McCarthy was over the line of scrimmage too, but hey.
Yeah, for the touchdown.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
Started to the game, man.
Yeah. Enville Pirate, 1982, he says, is there an individual from another team that you're looking forward to facing again this year? And you can go even a new guy you were talking about, I know, before we went on the air.
Yeah, this could be the first time, well, the game opener against Norfolk State, this could be the first time I ever play against one of my high school teammates.
Okay.
Collis Pride.
What's his name?
Collis Pride.
Oh, Collis Pride?
Collis
Pride.
Yeah.
Okay.
He a receiver. So that's definitely going to be fun.
Do you have he wants to know, is there an opposing player, like in the conference, that was tougher than anybody you faced at Michigan? Like opposing offensive lineman, I guess is what he's asking. Like, is there a guy that was really good from the American that stands out?
You know, Hainsworth from Tulane. That's always gonna be That's always gonna be a good matchup.
Is he done with eligibility yet?
I think he might be.
He's been there since I was in school.
Yeah, but Hainsworth, and then I'm trying to figure out. At Marshall we played.
Trent Holler.
Trent, yeah, you know that's good work every time.
Y'all know each other well.
Yeah.
By the end of that game, his whole helmet was beat up. Y'all were going at it pretty good, man.
Yeah, good work.
He's at Memphis now, right? Yep. So, hey, maybe conference championship game, because I don't think there's a regular season matchup there. A. Richardson wants to know, we kind of touched on this earlier, but if you could expand on it, how has wrestling in high school kind of shaped you into the player you are today?
Just knowing that, like, dominance going to give you that edge to win everything. And then just wrestling, I'm telling you, wrestling conditioning and stuff, that's different.
It's a different world.
Like, an hour and a half, 2 hours constantly moving in a hot room, like.
With somebody, like, leaning on you.
It's different. It's different. But then just help me get the mindset of wanting to just, like, dominate.
Right.
Knowing where it will get you.
I don't think I could do wrestling, man. I'm not cut out for it, so I'll leave it to you guys. Somebody wants to know about trolling the Cowboys and Mike Houston, who's a big Cowboys fan.
Oh, my God.
That was ugly, man.
In season, every Sunday, my Cowboys are winning. He always has something to say about them Cowboys. I'm like, oh, my God, they getting beat the worst way.
In the regular season, they can win. It's just in the playoffs,
Yeah,
man.
I said they get beat the worst way. I was ready to text him. I was like, nah, I'm ready to troll him. Then I posted that on Twitter.
I mean, let's be real. Cowboys fans deserve it because they think they're
all year round.
They think they're the greatest thing, and then they get to the playoffs. And the Packers, I don't even think the Packers are any good, and they just smoked them.
That boy Jordan Love looked good.
He was balling.
He looked good, and they defense fire.
Do you have a favorite NFL team?
Yeah,
who?
I like the Commanders.
Oh God, you can only say so much.
It was inherited though.
Okay.
It was like my pops, my grandpa.
You're from
Both
that
my
area of
grandpa,
Virginia too,
yeah.
so yeah.
That's all I grew up
Hey,
around.
number 2 pick. Who should they draft? I don't know. I mean, there's gonna be some quarterbacks available.
We need O lineman to take care of the quarterback.
You think so? So roll with Sam Howell and get him some
Yeah.
O lineman. It'll be interesting to see where they
I
go.
think he's a winner. I feel like he's a winner.
I mean, he was doing good till midseason and
Yeah.
then just kind of went downhill. But he's a solid quarterback. RB Pirate 5 wants to know, in one sitting, how many wings can you crush, and what is your sauce of choice?
One sitting,
Yeah.
I'm going for 15. Like at 15, 16. And then my wings could be like sweet and spicy or like some honey barbecue or something like that.
You go ranch or blue cheese?
Ranch. I can't stand blue cheese.
I'm not a blue cheese guy. I feel like everybody goes ranch, but I know
Gotta go ranch.
There are some blue cheese fans out there. The minority of them are. ECU Steve says, who among the coaching staff would win an arm wrestling competition? If Chris Foster was still here, I feel like it'd be him, but obviously he's at Northwestern.
We could count strength coaches too.
Yeah, you can go strength
Coach
coaches.
Farmer.
Coach Farmer.
Coach Farmer, unit, yo.
He's pretty jacked.
Yes.
What about the actual on-field coaches? I feel like Coach Houston was looking pretty jacked
Douse
this year.
swole. Don't let them clothes fool y'all. Coach Douse is swole, yo.
So Douse versus Houston. Who you taking?
I'm sorry, Coach. I'm going Coach Douse.
Okay.
I'm going Douse.
I'm about to play this for him. How much are you enjoying the, obviously the offensive staff? Somebody wants to know, have you burned a boat yet? Because they're always tweeting about the.
Y'all gonna find out what that means soon.
Yeah,
but
burning the boats.
Not yet.
Not yet. So waiting on that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite uniform combo? Is what Pirate Treasure and Z wants to know. Y'all had some good ones this year, man.
Black helmet, purple face mask, purple jersey, and black pants.
So y'all wore the Tulane game this year. That I look fire, man. I was a huge fan of that.
And then that black.
Yeah.
Black helmet, white jersey, black. But then we at home, I'm going, ooh. I like that purple on gold.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, man, y'all don't really have a combo I don't like.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where
we be trying to switch it up, man. Give different new looks.
It was almost like the black helmet, purple jersey, black pants. It reminded me of the Baltimore Ravens. So I really like that one.
Definitely.
But it looked good. Toughest conference and out of conference road environment to play at for you? What's kind of, if there are any American schools stand out? I mean, some of these places don't have a ton of fans, but there have been a few. Like I know when UCF was in the league, it was a good road environment.
Cincy. Going to Cincy when they was in.
That was a fun place to play.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to?
I like going to App State too.
App State,
because they be trolling. I love that.
That was cool. Their students were right on the field, so they're getting on you guys. Are you looking forward to playing at ODU and at Liberty this year, back in your home state?
Definitely.
You have some family
All my
friends?
folks can be there.
Yeah, that'll
Hopefully.
be good. Yeah. Toughest player to defend. I guess this could be your own team in practice or opposing game. And obviously, you're more just trying to eat up space or, take on a lineman. But is there any skill guys you're trying to tackle in open space? Outside of the guy from Charlotte you decleated?
Jay Bond. You talking about team from last year?
Yeah, I guess he would go
Jay
last
Bond and Jalen. Them boys, they gonna try to make you look like a fool.
Yeah.
They gonna try to make you look like a fool.
Javius had a couple runs, scrimmages. I was just like, wow. So he's a big player. Sports Samurai Chat on YouTube says, what is the loudest you have heard Dowdy Ficklen Stadium? Is there a moment? I feel like it's got to be the NC State game, right? When y'all had that goal line stand.
Yeah, that was so crazy.
That was wild. I think every single one of y'all hit him on that play.
That was so crazy.
All right, so you're a big baseball guy. You called the Cam Clonch home run. What was that? Was that last year?
Yeah.
So who do you? He says Straw wants to know, what teammate do you plan to introduce to the jungle this year?
My D tackles, they always if I'm out there, they gonna always be with me. But I want to introduce the young guys who gonna be here the next couple years. Introduce them, let them know there's more to it than just football right here. Just let them know it really be lit out there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You get into it.
You have to get the Ohio State transfer, Jaden McKenzie. I don't think they play a ton of baseball.
Out there.
It's not a big baseball.
He gonna be with us.
team.
Though. I know for a fact. Like he ready.
He's ready to go.
Yeah, once we all, because right now we really split up
Right.
with the groups because our classes. But once we all get together, he gonna be straight. We gonna all be out there.
Straw also wants to know: have you teamed up with the baseball media team to vlog from the jungle this year? Like do a
Nah,
video?
I haven't. Hopefully, I get the opportunity.
Maybe.
Though.
And y'all obviously got spring ball going on in the middle of
Yeah.
baseball season or the heart of it. So maybe after spring ball.
Yep.
All right. So Spider-Man sack celebration. You, J.D. Lampley, Elijah Morse, y'all had the sack at FAU.
Yeah.
Everybody was getting a sack. So
Yeah.
y'all did the Spider-Man celebration. How did that come about?
I remember we was in the hotel the night before. I think we didn't see, it was like an actual, like the clip, like a meme of it. That's
Right,
what it was.
the
It was a meme of it. And then JD was like, bro, this would be so tough if we did this. So when JD had got the sack, I think he started off, he got the first sack, then I had got one. And then JD had got the sack. And he was turned up and he was like, Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. So then that's why you see all us like celebrating, then we just turn around and do it. And then it was like, it just turned to be an iconic moment.
Because it's like one of those things y'all probably talked about a lot of potential celebrations or something.
But you don't really think about it in the moment.
Yeah, like
You just
when it
really-
actually comes to fruition,
Yeah.
y'all were kicking their tail and you actually doing a game. Like that's pretty awesome, man. Like
And we made college game day.
It's got to be something you always remember for sure.
Definitely.
And Forever Pirate Peas, you want to know how do you decide what celebration to do after getting a tackle or loss for sack or for loss or a sack? So we all try and top it this year is my question. Can you top it?
We definitely could.
Okay.
'Cause by that time the season get here, it's probably gonna be so much more viral stuff that happen. It's only January.
Right. So y'all
You know,
got time.
things go viral week to week. So it's gonna be probably so much different stuff.
So y'all have time to plan it out, work on it.
Definitely.
Who is the fastest D lineman? Is that a thing? Who's the fastest? Would you say? Do y'all run sprints? Y'all run sprints?
Ooh, they gonna kill me. They gonna be mad at me. It's between these. I'm not in there. It's between Sue, E, and CJ.
Okay.
Mims, that boy can run.
He can run?
He can run. Sue just
right.
Sue the vet. He still got to remind CJ
I feel like
still
Sue
got
pretty
it.
quick. So.
Yeah, them boys fast though. They can run.
Right. So that'd be kind of a race between those two guys.
Yeah.
We'll have to get that going. And the last question from St. Pete Pirate: what's your favorite meal around Greenville or back home? You can go both if you want to name them.
Back home, I'm going to, if I'm feeling Mexican, I'm going to this restaurant called El Caparel in Dinwiddie. Then I'm going to Brothers Pizza in Dinwiddie. They spot on.
There's the spots?
Yeah.
What about Greenville? Any specific
in Greenville,
areas?
I'm going Coco's Sports Bar.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
They got the dollar wings Monday through Wednesday.
There
so
you go.
Be coming through clutch.
So we could have gone and watched the playoffs last night, Dollar Wings.
Yeah.
All right, last question for you. Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
I'm going for, you know who I'm going for. I'm going for the Ravens. My boy.
Okay, Keaton Mitchell.
Got to.
I understand. Hated to see that injury, man, but
Yeah.
he's got a bright future.
He good, though,
regardless.
I promise. He good.
No doubt. Well, Deontay, man, this has been a lot of fun. We appreciate it. We'll
Appreciate
get
y'all.
you and Savone. Still can't get over saying that. And we'll have Elijah Morris on next week. We'll get y'all on 3 times throughout the spring and summer leading up to the season. We also got Chad Stevens and J.D. Lampley scheduled to come on as well. So looking forward to it, man. I guess we'll have the whole Spider-Man crew on at some point. We can get that going on the air. But appreciate it, man. Looking forward to your senior year and watching you this fall, man.
Can't wait for it.
Deontay Johnson, appreciate his time again today. All right, let's get our final break in. Philip and I will come back. We'll talk some basketball. Pirates hosting North Texas on Wednesday. And the Mean Green, probably one of the more underrated basketball programs in the country. We'll tell you why to close the show. This is Hoist the Colors on a Tuesday.
Air Service is back at Pitt Greenville Airport, offering safe, clean facilities and flights from American Airlines. That means the short commute, quicker lines, and better prices that get you where you're going fast and easy. See it for yourself. There's great things inside at Pitt Greenville Airport.
Big tax credits are back. Get a 30% tax credit, up to $2,000 off your new Mitsubishi electric heat pump install. Let Comfort Master help you take advantage of the tax credits with a qualifying Mitsubishi electric ducted heat pump or non-ducted Mitsubishi electric mini splits. Mitsubishi electric mini splits are ideal for bonus rooms, garages, or sunrooms. If you need a new HVAC unit, call Comfort Master today.
Call Comfort Master. Call Comfort Master.
Other restaurants claim their food is fresh and fast, but are they friendly? At Moore's, you're treated like family the minute you walk into their doors. With locations in Winterville, New Bern, Swansboro, Morehead City, and Jacksonville. We've been practicing what we preach since 1945. At Moore's, our barbecue is slow cooked and smoked over real wood daily until it's so tender it's falling off the bone. Combined with our fresh chicken, cooked-to-order seafood, and homemade fixins, we're sure you'll agree. If it's not Moore's, it's less.
When a place is as special as this, you don't want to change a thing. You simply want to enjoy it, just as it is. That was our inspiration behind Bow Coast West, our newest community in Beaufort, North Carolina. Embrace all that we love about this very special place and make it easy for families to enjoy all that this coastal lifestyle has to offer. Be inspired. Bow Coast West.
Hey, grab me one too.
Air Service is back at Pitt Greenville Airport, offering safe, clean facilities and flights from American Airlines. That means the short commute, quicker lines, and better prices that get you where you're going fast and easy. See it for yourself. There's great things inside at Pitt Greenville Airport. Storm season is approaching. North Carolina weather can damage your roof, and before long, a small leak can turn into a big problem. Your home is one of your biggest investments, so protect it with Wells Home Improvements.
We work with all insurance companies for a hassle-free roof installation experience. Call us today and get 10% off your roof installation when you mention this commercial.
252-227-8403 or visit us online at wellshomeimprovements.com. Wells Home Improvements.
What's happening?
Tell me what's happening. Every ECU fan's one stop for all things ECU athletics. This is Hoist the Colors with Stephen Igo on 94.3 The Game.
All right. Welcome back into Hoist the Colors. Final segment here on this Tuesday. Fun conversation with Deontay Johnson, ECU senior defensive lineman. We'll have him on again a couple times. Elijah Moore's set to join us next Monday. We'll be streaming early due to ECU Baseball Media Day, so he'll be in that morning. We'll live stream at 9:30, and then he'll replay 12 noon on 94.3 The Game. All right, we got a couple minutes left here. By the way, no show tomorrow because of women's basketball. And that'll be the Education Day, 11 a.m. Rice taking on East Carolina. 94.3 The Game will have coverage. Scott Rogers, Rob Maloney will be inside Minji's Coliseum calling that game, 11 a.m. on Wednesday. All right, Philip Pilkington producing. When I say North Texas basketball, Philip, you're a pretty big basketball guy. Do you feel like this is do you feel like people realize how good North Texas basketball is, or is it just kind of another random team from Texas?
It's another random team from Texas for me until we had our pre-show meeting and you read off some of the stats and saw that they are one of the most impressive defensive teams in the nation.
And they've had just a culture of winning. These are their records from the last 6 years. This was under Grant McCaslin. 20-18, 21-12, 20-11, 18-10, 25-7. Last year, 31-7 NIT champions, 16-4 in Conference USA. Their coach left for Texas Tech. They promoted from within. I'm looking at KenPom.com, Philip. North Texas ranks 33rd in adjusted defense. They rank 362nd in tempo. And according to KenPom, that is dead last, which means this is going to be a very slow-paced basketball game.
That means you got to make every possession count. And when you are a tough defensive team and you're playing a tough defensive team, it's even more so that way. And this might be first one to 50.
They've been crushing teams, and they shoot the ball well from three. Great defense. It'll be interesting to see how tomorrow plays out. Again, 7 o'clock tip-off. North Texas 3-0 in the league. They're tied for first. ECU coming off the loss to SMU, looking to bounce back. We'll have coverage on hoistthecolors.net. Again, no show tomorrow. 94.3 The Game will carry women's basketball start at 11 a.m. as the Lady Pirates host the Rice Owls. We'll be back Thursday to break down the game against North Texas and more. We'll talk to you then on Hoist the Colors.
This has been Hoist the Colors with your host, Stephen Igo. Tune in weekdays at noon for all things ECU sports. Get a recap of the show at 943thegame.com, on Twitter, Facebook, or anywhere you get your podcasts. We're back tomorrow with more of Hoist the Colors on 94.3 The Game.